On-screen text. For over 25 centuries, the great universities of the world have always had three fundamental missions: the creation of knowledge, the dissemination of knowledge, and the preservation of knowledge. Michael A. McRobbie. Indiana University is home to more than 500,000 endangered audiovisual pieces. Invaluable to scholarship and research, these pieces have suffered at the hands of time. The Media Digitization and Preservation Initiative is charged with digitally preserving these precious recordings before it's too late. Framed black and white photos. Opposing baseball team in IU jerseys. Protesting students at a sit-in.
At Indiana University,
A black man standing at a microphone.
we are keepers of history.
Grainy video footage of Indiana University circa 1935.
What was most astonishing was done in the darkness, early morning, and it turned night into day that night. It was really the most brilliant piece of light I ever seen in my life.
Emil Konopinski, IU physics professor, upon witnessing the first test of the atomic bomb, from 20 miles away.
We are keepers of music.
David Baker, distinguished professor of music, jazz studies, IU Jacobs School of Music, on his high school years in Indianapolis. Black and white photos of Professor Baker, who has a large afro.
Every club had a session night. And what, of course, people had sessions at their homes when we were growing up. And you got to hear Pookie Johnson and Wes and all of those dudes, because they were the people who were playing at those sessions, and Sly and Hampton and Willis Kirk and people of that ilk. That was, the only opportunity really for learning.
We are keepers of human experience.
What was the social life like at this time?
Interview with Narcissus Nichols Burton, a female African-American student at IU in the 1920s.
There was no social life for Negroes at the time. It was completely segregated. Even some of the departmental clubs were closed too.
Photo of 4 white women in the home economics kitchen.
Oh, really? Now, was the home economics club
Well, I was
closed?
asked to withdraw. I was in it, but I was asked to get out because the girl complained.
We are keepers of memory.
Edward Coons, former Dean of Continuing Education and the School of Business, on his time as an IU student in the 40s.
The mobility was strictly hitchhiking or by walking. Taxi cabs at that time only cost 15 cents any place in town, so you could get places. And you didn't tip.
Shelves hold paper documents and vinyl record albums.
With a vast collection of historical media in our care, we must do more than simply keep it.
At the IU Data Center,
We need to protect it, make it accessible.
a robotic arm slides between shelves of digital media in the scholarly data archive.
And share it. But we must act quickly. Some of our precious pieces are already well over 100 years old.
An Edison home phonograph with a crank, moving cylinder, and brass horn. Items laid out on a table include vinyl albums, reel-to-reel tapes, and 4-minute cylinder records.
Unplayable for decades because of age or obsolescence, they are crumbling to dust.
Julie Bobet, Director of Library Operations, Media Digitization, and Preservation Initiative.
This is a crisis that people have talked about for years, for decades. And the solution has been so out of anyone's reach because of expense and time.
A man places a reel-to-reel tape inside a climate-controlled machine.
That people have just watched it go on. Because of the unique position of Indiana University, we are able to actually take a very big step toward preserving these materials that experts estimate in 15 years will simply be gone.
Barbara Truesdell, Assistant Director, Center for the Study of History and Memory.
It's very worrying to be in charge of a collection that you know is increasingly in danger, increasingly becoming unusable, because tapes have a shelf life. To know that the university has made this commitment is a great relief and a great joy for me.
Here at IU, we have some 560,000 audio, video, and film objects. That's just in Bloomington. That doesn't include the other regional campuses.
Mike Casey, Director of Technical Operations.
Our strategy is basically twofold. First, we have Memnon Archiving Services, our private partner who is part of the Sony Corporation.
In various labs, a man inserts a VHS tape into a large digitizing machine. Another man cleans, preserves, and labels vinyl albums. The thin tape of the reel-to-reel is stretched across a machine.
Who are charged with digitizing the bulk of our recordings. And at peak, Memnon will digitally preserve some 600 recordings per day. And it is necessary for IU to have a smaller facility to handle the fragile items. Between the two of us, we expect to digitally preserve approximately 280,000 recordings over the next 4 years.
So our goal is anything that we can legally clear for open access will be streamed over the web.
We have a searchable online index right now of our collection, but people contact me every day and they're like, is it available online? And I have to say no, but it will be. Now I can say it will be.
Black and white photo of students holding protest signs.
At Indiana University, we are committed to ensuring that our heritage and our history live on.
And I like what I said to the board at this time, that Dr. Kinsey was a recognized scientist.
And that the voices of the past can continue to guide the present and future.
Herman Wells on protecting and supporting Alfred Kinsey, founder of the controversial Institute for Sex Research at Indiana University, the Kinsey Institute.
He must be protected by the university, and his right to carry on his research must be unimpaired.
IU logo, fulfilling the promise.